Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Morning, Nadine. It feels like forever that we were in Vienna together. Wasn't it beautiful to be together, finally to meet and to share some experiences and learnings? It was so gorgeous.
Absolutely. So, for those listening, we actually have never met, but last week, online, of course. So, this was so super special to have some quality time together and some real hugs. Yay.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
amazing
So,
when
prosperity comes in so many ways, and also to meet very good friends.
it is amazing how the universe brings people together and it's just taking opportunities, grasping those opportunities and actually running with them. And that's a lot of what this book is all about, you know. It was just one fleeting moment where you said, "Should we meet?" And I was like, "Yes, where?" And Vienna came possible and we made it happen. Isn't it just beautiful that, we have these opportunities? A lot of the time we step back and say, "Oh, can I, can't I, how will I fit it in?" But you know what, if you really decide you want to do something, you will make the time. Miraculously, time expands.
That's right. It's also not to have time, but to find the time to take time because time is. We always have only here and now, and we make decisions always in the here and now. So, what decisions do you want to make today? Yeah.
True.
So, last week we talked about doubt and faith as two sides of the medal, and that all you have to do is to have faith. And let's dive into that because that's kind of seems, yeah, but. So whenever you go into the but, that's the doubt. And we want to
Mhm.
say bye bye to the doubt.
Bye
Because,
bye.
like, that's literally everything that's holding you back.
Mm.
And so, what if, just as a game, what if you won't allow any but today or this weekend? Just for the game's sake. Like, if just you would like if you'd had completely faith in everything you do right now, what would you be doing? And then try it out. Try it out with little things, small things like parking spaces to specific ones that you want to have. Things that you're not emotionally attached to. Move clouds. We talked about this. It was so
You move
nice.
clouds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So because there is no emotional, there is no, how shall I say, there is no expectation of me, being able to do that or not being able to do that. So I'll just try, like a game, and then I figure out, oh, it works here, it works there, it works again,
Mm, mm.
and so that's a very good starter for our section
Absolutely. Yeah.
today.
So do you want me to kick off? I'll kick off. Yep. All right. So do you understand that? And that's the question. Do you? When we try and explain this, it seems a bit foreign and it seems a bit strange. But when you try it with little things like parking spaces or little thinking about someone and then they call you, and thinking about someone and an email pops up, look at those opportunities and think of them as synchronicities, that little bridge that expands across to becoming prosperous and abundant. So, do you understand that? The
Mhm.
spiritual mediums by which you God are faith, thoughts, and words. In other words, you must put into your thoughts and words what you expect to take out of them. Good or not so good results are always like the thoughts that projected them. And that's exactly what we have to understand. We can hope and wish and dream and say things, I want. But then in the back of your mind, are you having contrasting thoughts about it? Oh, that's impossible. And to be able to catch those thoughts and say, no, it is possible, but I've got to focus on them. Keep my thoughts in the direction of what I actually want.
Yeah.
Substance does not fluctuate with the stock market. It does not decrease with hard times, nor increase with good times. It never runs out. It never becomes scarce. It is always the same constant, generous, abundant, and free flowing. Jesus referred to it as living bread and living water, and promised that he Who feeds on God's substance shall never hunger and shall never thirst. Do you see what he was talking about? He was talking about a principle that is just as exact and immutable as its operation of the law of gravity. He was saying that you can no more be separated from your supply of substance than the sunbeam can be separated from the sun. That is so beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. So we talked about the substance, I think 2-3 weeks ago, that like everything is carried by the substance, light, sound. That's why he mentions law of gravity. We can know what happens when I let go of this. It will fall down, right? We know that, but it does so because that's the law. That's, there is the law of polarity, the plus and minus, the pulling substances like magnetism, and it's the substance that carries that, because there is nothing else between but substance that can carries that, because unless there were substance, this would be floating. The power couldn't, wouldn't have something to pull from.
Exactly.
And that's the exact same thing that we do. That's also the living bread and living water. We can imagine how water transmits things like sounds or even a
Energy.
message in a bottle.
Yeah.
It fluctuates on water. So we can see how things are transmitted. And that is, and we really have to understand it, that is how words, how thoughts, and our wishes are transmitted, right? That's how we talk. And I was just thinking, now I told you that now 2 of my kids are with fever, so I had those thoughts. I was like, no. I said in Vienna, I hope they're going to be fine, and hope does include that I'm not sure about it, so there is a little percentage of doubt in it. And just now I realize again how much I just wasn't in faith. No, they're okay. I mean,
Of course.
they are okay. But
Of course they'll be okay.
Of course. But, I'm not saying I generated that, and whoever has, anything bad going on, don't go into the blame game or so. But it's like really crazy how you can, with thought, produce circumstances and events. And so you are good all the time, and therefore act in faith, because fear is a not so good advisor.
True. So true, Nadine. And this is it. We need to realize that, what are we attracting into our life? There's no reason, as you said, there's no reason to blame, but just be aware and raise your levels of awareness, raise your levels of consciousness, and realize that saying something like, I hope they will be okay, you did create the doubt in it,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
They will be fine. Of course they will. Step away from that doubt. So,
that's true. Yeah. So if I can mention something else, next week there is a summit going on, the permission to get rich. And the interesting fact is that there is 9 speakers, and most of them speak about thoughts, about beliefs about money, about it's very little strategy, do this Facebook Live and then you will be rich, or it's very little in the tactics, but it's so much more in what are millionaires thinking? What are the thought patterns? How to overcome lack consciousness and all of that. And yeah, so that's really, the thing that it's about, as it's written here. It's the thoughts, the words. What was the third thing? It's the words, the thoughts.
it never runs out.
Well,
where did I read it now? Do you see?
The faith, thoughts, and words.
Faith, thoughts, and words. Exactly. Yeah. So I'll just read a little bit further. So be frank with yourself. What have you been seeking these many, many years? Answer me. Have you been seeking the spirit of things or just things? And Jesus said, ye seek me after the loaves and fishes, and ye cannot find me. Why not? What were you supposed to seek? You were supposed to seek the pure substance of spirit. You are supposed to worship the cause instead of the effect. And that is
Oh,
so interesting, cause and effect. So study the cause. Where's the cause? What is the root cause? What are the thoughts that are happening? What is the faith and what are the feelings? So start examining that and raise your levels of awareness. Then you did not hear the thrilling command, ask and he shall receive, that your joy may be full. Not a quarter full, not a half full, but pressed down and running over.
oh, that's
That's so
amazing. Yay.
Oh, we have to stop there because that is ask and he shall receive, that your joy may be full, not quarter, not half, but running over. Wow. Let's have a fabulous weekend of
Absolutely.
abundance and prosperity.
Absolutely. And I'm going to write out right now what this means for me. Like, wow. I'm so excited for this coming up. Yay.
That is so beautiful, right?
Thank you so much, Jackie. I'm very inspired. And let's bring it on. All the
Absolutely.
food. I already feel it. So cool.
Thank you, Nadine.
Okay.
That's a beautiful ending to our Friday. And yes, what a beautiful week. Thank you. I'm so grateful for all that we did in Vienna and getting back safely to our beautiful families, and that we can still do this on a Friday morning. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.